Girl, I can take your man with these loaded baked potatoes I just made. Take a look. Ooh.
Go on over there. Here you go. Hold this. Bring me back a plate.
Men aren't good friends to each other because they mostly talk and comment, but they don't prod and poke. And
my husband will be like, oh, they're moving to New Mexico. I'm like, why are they moving? I don't know. I'm like,
this how you know only make unrealistic standards for men. I've never seen a stud over 6 feet that make over 100K, over 6 figures.
I hate that when I tell people I'm trans, they be like, you lying. I should be like, why would I be lying? Like, they be like, well, if you're trans, then how do you look like that? I just be like, look like what? You trying to say all trans girls look like?
House cleaning before we get started. For those who've been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate the support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out the door, for me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Every bit of your engagement absolutely helps promote your boy into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Now let's get to it. Drop the video. Let's go.
Girl, I can take your man with these loaded baked potatoes I just made. Take a look. Ooh.
Go on over there. Here you go. Hold this. Bring me back a plate. And you pick up the bowl. And make sure I got the extra sour cream like I like. Be home by 11. All right.
If I was a female, if I was a woman in a relationship with a man and my man knew someone that could cook like Cooking with Kaya could, I'll send his ass over there with a bag, a bowl, a plate, or something and tell him to bring whatever she cooking back home because mama gotta eat. Look, man, all jokes aside, this is the Cooking with Kaya young lady that a lot of people a lot of women, I should say, got mad with and essentially got her banned off TikTok, but she got her own show coming to some network. I can't remember the network, but she, she's recouped herself into a pretty lucrative deal. She's going to be on television. I don't know why so many women had hate or disdain for this young woman. She just had a gimmick. It was a very catchy gimmick. She parlayed that into some success, and people got mad simply because she said, I could take your man with the food I cook. It was just a gimmick. I think sometimes people take this stuff way too serious. She was just coming up with a catchy gimmick. If you are so in fear of losing your man to a fairly attractive woman that can cook, then I suggest you up your cooking skills, get in shape if you're out of shape, dress sexy, dress provocative at home, and keep your man's interest at home. And you wouldn't have any issue with a woman like Cooking with Kaya, which I don't see the issue with this woman anyhow. She was just cooking and she was just dancing and singing. And yeah, sure, it might have triggered some women when she said, I can take your man. But there's a lot of women that make content and say, I can take your man. I've seen it. She's not the only one that say that. And I didn't see them having an issue with it. So at the end of the day, yeah, ladies, if your man knows a woman who can throw down in the kitchen like Kaya, send his ass over there with a bag, a bowl, and a plate and tell him come back in about 30 minutes with whatever she got cooking. Let's go to the next one.
Men aren't good friends to each other because they mostly talk and comment, but they don't prod and poke. And
my husband will be like, oh, they're moving to New Mexico. I'm like, why are they moving? I don't know. I'm like,
I didn't like
a huge life change. Like, did you ask any follow-up?
Pisses me off. Like, literally, I was talking to somebody who was talking about like his friend's marriage just fell apart, and I was like, oh man, why was it like was it another woman? He was like, oh, I didn't ask all that. Right. But he was really sad. And I'm like, what the fuck? You didn't ask anything. His marriage fell apart and you didn't ask any questions. That's crazy.
Look, I think this is a glaring problem with the dynamics between how women view men. A lot of times women you remember back in the day, like they had stores like JCPenney's and Sears. And they had in the front of the store, these big display windows. And they would like set up certain scenarios in the windows to catch your eye and make you want to go in there and shop. But a lot of times you would press your face up against the glass and idolize what you saw from the outside. So in other words, you were getting preconceived notions in your own head through the glass of the scenario they presented to you and what you were seeing. And I think a lot of times that actual scenario is what women do when it comes to how they view men. You got your face pressed up against a glass with preconceived notions of what's going on behind the glass without actually investigating or asking questions. And this is what happened with this diatribe that Issa Rae and whoever this other woman was or going on. You perceive that men are not good friends to each other because we don't want the complete tea or the gossip of what's going on with them. For men, if I have a friend and he's going through something and he tells me, yo, I'm going through something, man, blah, 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 I'm going to only listen to what he tells me and say, I understand. Hey, man, if you need something, let me know. Keep your head up, bro. That's how men behave. We don't want to sit there for hours on end, absorbing all the tea, trying to create or gin up content to gossip about. We just don't do those things. And I think a lot of times women have an issue with men behaving like men. We are not the same. We're not built the same. We don't respond to our environments the same. And we don't have similar friendships. Yeah, to certain aspects, socially, men and women are the same. But even when it comes down to our relationship dynamics with our same sex counterparts in friendship scenarios, we don't behave the same. I don't treat my homeboys like you would treat your homegirls. And that's perfectly okay. Why? Because we're different. And I think when women want men to behave like they would, you do a disservice to men. You do a disservice to men by trying to put men in this box that you think men should behave like women in. We are not the same. Men behave like men behave with their friends, and women behave like women behave with their friends. There's nothing wrong with that. We are not similar. We are different. We have different ideologies and pathologies when it comes to friendship, and that's okay. Stop trying to make men into women. Men are men, women are women. Our dynamics and our friendship relationships are not going to look the same. They're not.
This how you know bitches only make unrealistic standards for men. I've never seen a stud over 6 feet that make over 100K, over six figures. But I always see a stud with a bitch. I always.
He ain't lying. Look, do I think that women have unrealistic expectations for men? Sure. I think women see men as opposition. And that's just the world we live in because of feminism and misandry running rampant in our society. I think women oftentimes see men as opposition. So they treat men as opposition or either competition. So they're going to place these hurdles and these boundaries in front of men to attain them because they believe, because they're being taught, that men don't deserve much from women. And so when you have that ideology permeating through women's mind, they're going to make men do things they wouldn't necessarily make each other do. Even in the context of a relationship, same-sex relationship, they're not going to have those perceived expectations on a female behaving like a man as they would an authentic man. So I think a lot of times when you're seeing that studs don't have to be 6 feet, 6 inches and make six figures is because they give women grace. And at the end of the day, whether they want to be or not, studs are still just women. And I think other women still see them as women. Now, I get it. They have masculine roles in those dynamics. They have feminine roles in those dynamics. They have masculine presenting studs. They have femme presenting, members of the LGBTQ. I get it. But I think what he's basically just saying is there is a double standard when it comes to relationships between men and women and relationships between women and women. And he's right. I mean, outside of his language, I can't help but agree. I don't agree with his language, but I do agree with what he's saying. Let's go to the next one. You can't say she didn't give you what you asked for. You wanted her to send you a video of her playing with herself, and by damn, she did. This is one of the funniest videos I've seen at the end of this year. This was hilarious. Kudos to this young lady for doing a fantastic job of creating content that actually makes people laugh and that is actually entertainment. Brilliant, by the way. I love this. You know, I don't know if she was the originator of this particular trend or whatever. She's the only one I've actually seen get like millions of views with it. If someone else other than her did it, I don't know who did it first. I don't care. Her shit is funny, and that's all I'm focusing on. Brilliant job, young lady. Hilarious, hilarious. Keep doing what you're doing, even though, you know, TikTok is dark right now.
I hate that when I tell people I'm trans, they be like, you lying. I should be like, why would I be lying? Like, they be like, well, if you're trans, then how do you look like that? I just be like, look like what? You trying to say, oh, trans girls look like, yeah, I know what I'm thinking. Or they be like, oh, how you shaped like that? And it's just like, am I supposed to be all butchy? Like, or I tell a boy and he'll just automatically assume, like, if you ain't like me, you ain't have to say you're trans. And I'm like, I'm not lying. I'm dead ass. Like, I don't gotta reason a lot of y'all.
Look, man, I personally, if she didn't tell us she was trans, I would have never guessed she was. I mean, it's just they're doing, the technology has caught up with their expectations. That's all I can say. Look, man, this is one of those things. I'll say this. I never condemn or condone or advocate or try to destroy anyone's lifestyle. To each his own. But I will say this on a serious tip. If you are, in fact, a trans presenting woman, right? If you're dating men, you have to be forthcoming, especially if you want to date straight men. You have to let them know that you are, in fact, trans. This will stop anyone from being harmed, because I don't want to see anybody out here get hurt over deception, right? We live in a world where you know people will harm you. They will delete you over stuff like this. So please, please be forthcoming. Now, I just, like she said, I mean, if she didn't tell you she was trans, how the hell would you know unless she told you? Because I'm telling you, man, they're coming off the assembly line damn near perfect when it comes to looking like females. I mean, even the voice, and I didn't see anything under the chin to even denote that she was formerly a man, you know. So to my fellas out there, be careful. If you don't like trans women, don't date trans women. If one fools you, I beg y'all, please do not take violent action. I get it. It's hurtful, it's harmful, but please do not end anyone over this. It's not worth it. We live in 2025. I know some people still have very staunch beliefs on this. I'm one of those people, but at the end of the day, it's not worth taking someone's life over this. And if you're on the opposite end of this, tell the truth, be forthcoming. I want all of y'all to be out here to be safe. I want you to practice safety. I don't want you to be reckless. I don't want you to be deceptive, and I don't want you to be manipulative. Tell people the truth, be forthcoming. Your life is worth more than a lie. That's all I got, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. I'll see y'all in the credits. 2 fingers. Peace. I'm out. See y'all in the next one. Tell the truth out here, man. Don't lie. Black Jesus.
You think that what we're fighting about is stupid. Just cause you don't agree don't mean it's stupid. Lately communication feels so useless. If we don't got that obsessive love, then what are we doing? I don't ask for much from you. It's like you don't got the time to lose. Make me feel like I'm a burden when I tell you I want